All right, y'all. I'm back. My fat ass done finally made it back up to this crib, y'all. I went to the crib real quick, scoped it out, took a piss, took a shit. I had I was gonna I asked what we was having for dinner. They said meatloaf. I looked at the pan. It looked like it had mold stains on top of it and shit. So I said, "Fuck that shit. I'm finna go to Domino's and eat some pizza." I tried to call a couple of Chinese restaurants. I also priced it a ticket to go back to Florida, and also priced a ticket to go to a few other states, because I'm really serious, y'all. I just got this feeling that I should go back to Florida and keep my business there and take it serious. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Just try to, I don't know, maybe my hometown state just might be the greatest place for me to take my business serious. Now I heard, well, I ain't heard. There is proof out there that and this happened to many people. Oh, also this lady here, she getting her workout on out here. I don't blame her, shit. You know what I'm saying? She running through the through the graveyard. That shit gonna give her ass a real workout, for real. If she can do a couple laps, maybe 10 laps around this whole thing, cause she running, man, she gonna get a hell of a workout. If she run by, I'll show y'all her. So I came back next to the grave site. There's another one over there that say father, y'all. Let me show y'all. That one over there say father. I don't know if y'all can see it. This one say mother. And that one says Frank and old Skinner over there. It says Skinner, Austin L. Skinner. Go B 20 Mass Volumes 1985 or 1935 or 85 to 1913. On the bottom says Francis E. Ober, Ober, his wife, 1888 to 1899. God damn, Skinner was old in the motherfucker. Yeah, I think that he was a World War veteran, because the star over there says veteran, and I can't see that side. There's another star behind that, way over there. Another veteran, Williams. There's like a place for, like, I guess, like veterans, very important people to, I guess, the government at that time. You know, like very important war people of war and all that. But yeah. So the lady, she running around here. I'll show you her. She getting a workout on. That's a good idea. It's good to see people, you know what I'm saying, using. This the first graveyard I ever seen where people actually use to get a workout on. You know what I mean? And rightfully so, because I'm telling you, this graveyard here is so effective. I mean, shit. and Florida, people scared to hang out in the graveyard. Shit, you got them fucked up. They actually think that the people is buried in the graveyard. You know, they actually think you're going to pay all that money for a brand new, beautiful casket just to put it in the fucking ground with some dirt on it. Hell no. Some states really do it, though. For real, for real. But some don't. Some wait for everybody to leave. When everybody leave, they take the body out, take the casket, sell the casket to a different state or somewhere else. They take the body and they go sell the body and get the money. You know what I'm saying? Get that money. Sometimes the bodies get sold to the military and they test the bodies, like bombs and shit like that, weapons and shit. And sometimes they get sold to like laboratories for study. Sometimes they get sold for the organs, for the parts, you know. Because I guess when people die, they still have a lot of good other parts in them that people still use in a weird way, I guess, like liver or some shit. Like if a motherfucker gets shot, he dead, but he still got good liver, you know what I'm saying, good heart, good kidneys, so they gonna take all that shit for sale, you know what I'm saying? They might even sell his dick and his nuts, you know what I'm saying? Oh, he got cum in here, boy, we gonna, hell yeah, boy, that nigga cum worth $1 billion, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? Save those balls, his nuts. He got a lot of cum in his nuts. You know, a drop of his cum is worth $1 million. The hell, this nigga ain't Jesus. Excuse my language, but yeah. So through goofing around. But yeah, so I just wanted to come and do this live and kick it with y'all real quick. You know what I'm saying? I'm back at the graveyard. I went and bought some pizza because I didn't want to eat the food at the crib. It just didn't look right. You feel me? I also priced a couple of tickets. I like what I seen. I mean, I like what I seen on one of the tickets. I like what I seen. I was like, God damn. But also, I do like where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? My only just the junkies. You know what I mean? Like, ain't no, you know. But if they was like cool and minding their own business, doing their own thing, which they were, but I understand they got to do their job. There she goes. She's coming by now. She getting her little workout on, doing her thing. She must completed a whole lap. There she go right there. That's what's up. Hell yeah. That's what's up. I mean, however she gonna do it, how many laps she do, even if she start walking when she done running, she gonna get a thorough work. This graveyard here ain't nothing to fuck with, man. I mean, it don't look all as beautiful as it did when I first seen it, you know what I'm saying? Because of first impression, this was the most beautiful graveyard I ever seen in my life, because they got like big ass fancy tombstone. I never seen no shit like this. Not where I'm from, in any hood. We just got a flat goddamn graveyard because most of Florida is flat because it's a fucking turtle head, literally. And the rest of the United States got all these fucking hills and mountains. Oh, which brings me to my next point. I forgot. I talked to the Heavenly Father about the turtle. And I talked to him about that dragon that's in the sea. And he told me it's a real dragon. And I think he told me it was injured. I can't remember that. I'm going to have to ask him again. I could talk to, matter of fact, I could ask the wind. I know the wind would respond to me. Let me see something. I'm going to see if I can get it to respond. Because you know the wind and Heavenly Father is different, but the Heavenly Father has power over everything. He can speak through the wind. But let me see. I'm going to ask the wind just real quick, just on some weird shit. All right, wind, listen, I got a question for y'all. Is that dragon that's in the ocean, is it real, first of all? Now, I know the answer to this already, but is that dragon in the ocean, is it real? Could you send me a breeze? I'm going to hold my phone up just in case you send a sneaky breeze through that I can't feel or hear. Okay, I felt that sneaky breeze. I felt the breeze. It wasn't that strong. Let me ask it again. I might need to give it some time because it could be responding. The wind probably was like so far away, but they hear me speak, so it's probably coming. It's probably going to answer. That's another thing. I'll be talking too damn fast. But I'm going to ask again. All right, listen. I want to know, is that dragon in the ocean real? I have another question after you answer this. Is it real? Yes or no? Short blow for no, a little longer blow for yes. Is it real in the ocean? Okay. 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 All right. Okay, it's answering me. All right, now stop real quick. Stop. I have another question. All right. Is it alive? Is it still alive, or is it dead? Do you want to communicate your way, or would you like to do a short blow for no, a long blow for yes? Is that dragon in the water, is it still alive? Give me a long blow for yes, a short blow for no. Okay. Ooh, he's still alive. Oh, shit. Do any of y'all know when he gonna wake up? Is it gonna wake up anytime soon? Do any of y'all know that? Give me another blow. Communicate however you want. I can understand you. I can hear you. Will he wake up anytime soon? Well, at least in my lifetime. Respond however you want. Speak into the wind. Okay. They're using the grass to communicate with me. Some of them, and I can read the grass. I can understand the grass language, the tree language, the sun language, the moon language, water language, thunder language, sound language. I can pretty much just about understand anything if I take my time and hold on to it. The problem is, most of the time I'm not paying attention to any other language if it's not concerning me and what I want to focus on. That's my problem, focusing, staying focused and honing in on stuff. But if I really hone in on stuff, I pretty much can understand it, except um um power of except birth spoken language like Hispanic, Chinese, and all that, because I don't want to have to ask the Heavenly Father to give me that. I know a little bit of Chinese. I know a little bit of Hispanic. I know a lot of hood. Um, they're saying something to me. Hold on. I can't understand what they're saying right now though. Um, but yeah. So okay. So according to the wind, the dragon that's in the sea that I've just recently posted a picture from his head to his feet distance, he is real. According to them, I think that's what they're saying. And then I'm gonna have to rewatch this video for confirmation. I can understand them off back, but I really understand them once I watch the video and I hear them speaking to my phone. They speak into my phone to me, and I can hear them a lot better than even on first sight. But on first sight, I pick them up really, really good. And I thank the Heavenly Father for giving me that. Y'all, I just feel like I'm living in a fucking, like it's fake. It's not real, because I seen the Heavenly Father when I was in Alabama going to see my then girlfriend, yo. And he was looking at me. He was so damn big, y'all. He was looking at me. And I was like, not mean. He would just wanted to show himself to me. And I thank that man so much, because I needed that, yo. I talked to this fucking man my whole entire life, and he was talking back. Sometimes I understood him, sometimes I didn't. I didn't know what the fuck he was saying. And then, oh my God, I don't even want to talk about stuff. He was looking at me, y'all. He was looking at me, and oh my God, I can't believe. I wish, like, fuck, I wish I would have caught that on video for y'all, and y'all would have been my witness, dog. Y'all would have, no denying that, no denying that. But I get it. I understand he don't want everybody to see him, even though he did me that favor. Y'all don't understand how much it hurted the Heavenly Father. I'm about to cry happy tears and shit. I gotta stop this pussy ass shit. I gotta put on my big boy pants, y'all. Nigga about to cry happy tears, man. Listen, but I let me I let me just say this. I think a lot of people don't understand how much that really hurted him. But I think people hurt him more. The reason why and he didn't tell me this, I just think it hurt him because if everybody know that he's real, right? And they know that he exists and that he is for real, a real true God, that he's really watching. He's here. Even though I think his ass forget. He be forget. I told you, man was talking about something and I reminded him, yo. I swear to God, I'm not joking, y'all. I reminded our Heavenly Father, I reminded him. And he said, I forgot what it was though. I can't remember that shit for nothing, y'all. All I know is I remember saying to him, oh yeah, and then I had reminded him of something. He said, oh yeah, I forgot. He said, I forgot. I said, oh shit. I swear to God, I'm thinking, I'm like, oh shit. I'm communicating with him. And he said he forgot. Shit, the Heavenly Father forgot. And then I thought about that shit for a while after he told me that, like all that night, the next day. And then it sunk in like, oh shit, it makes sense. He forgets. That's why you have to pray to him like all the damn time. You know, like you ever wonder why the hell you gotta pray so much to God? Why? If he's God, why you can't just pray one time and that's it? Just one time and he will remember your prayer. He will remember that one prayer and you will always be protected happily ever after until you die. But he forgets. That's why you have to keep praying. It makes sense. And because he got so many of us out here, we all his kids, you know. So many of us is out here. But I can't say that. But I was saying something that I forgot. But I can't stop thinking, y'all, I don't know, man. It's like I'm living in a dream. And I got the gifts, like the who in the hell would have ever thought that I have little weird creepy powers? Oh man, this is fake, unfucking believable. Oh man, I'm tripping. I thought I seen a little dude peeking out from behind a little Skinner's coffin right here, but it was that badge right there. I was like, what the fuck? I was about to say, hold on, bro. You bring your little ass over here if you want to. I'm just tripping, y'all. But yeah. So you know that's about it. Hmm, finna make that crow sound off. That wasn't no crow just there though. What kind of bird that was? There you go. He's sounding off. That crow was sounding off. I should bring him back over here though, so y'all can hear him. I'm gonna see if I can do it while I'm talking to y'all though. I already got a hold of him really fast too. I can see him while I'm looking at y'all. I already know the direction he's flying, everything. I'm trying to turn him around right now as we talk. I think I can. If I'm right, now I'm gonna start talking. Let's see if he interrupt me talking to y'all, and we can hear him chirping in the background. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see. All right. So let me pick a topic. Damn, this crow here is kind of strong. He's a wild little fighter. He's hungry too. Um, but yeah, I was loud. Um, I don't know. I don't know what else to talk about, y'all. I mean, let me. I think I'm gonna end this live. I know every time I end this live, I think of something what I meant to say that was in the last one. But by the time I go live again, I fucking forget what I was gonna say in the last one. Like, I pretty much covered everything about. Yeah, I'm gonna just end it off with me talk. Nah, I don't want to talk about that. Nah, let me not do that no more. But I'm thinking, um, let we'll finish talking about the turtle. Oh yeah, I know what I want to say now. The turtle that we live on. I wanted to get like a. Is there a way you can get like a geographic? I don't know if that's the name of geographical cutout of the design of the United States. I mean, like like map the whole country how it is. But I know y'all probably think, okay, we got a GPS, but no, I mean like of the swirls in this country, like how every street is. Oh, but that's probably why we wouldn't be able to. It will have a hard time actually following the patterns of the turtle, because maybe some of the roads that were built opposite of the turtle's ridges of its design. You know what I mean? So in other words, if the turtle had swirls going this way, we probably built the road going that way, you know, right up over the swirls, not even paying attention to it, versus building the road like the swirls. So by me asking of a geographical, I don't even know if I'm saying it right, map of the U.S., meaning like just the design of it, of every street, every block, just how it, because I want to see the swirls, so then I could see what kind of turtle it is, if we could compare it to the turtles we have today. Because I know this turtle had to have some babies, right? And I wonder what's under this big motherfucker. This is a massive turtle, y'all. And how the fuck? Think about this, y'all. A turtle. A turtle. The size of United States, Canada, and once was Mexico, before that beast fell from the sky and cracked the shit out of that. Fuck this turtle up, yo. That beast was cast from heaven or something. But I'm trying to think if that beast is from the heaven or from the dragon, because according to the Bible, if that part of the verse is true, which I probably would have to ask the Heavenly Father or even speak to the wind, because they speak to me sometimes. They might know, they've been around forever. But let me just say this, and it makes sense like a motherfucker though. So it might be true. That part might be true. I'm feeling good. I'm gonna say it's true until I verify, when I get a chance to verify. Okay, so this big ass piece of whatever it is, it's a huge beast, man, fell out of the sky. If the dragon created that beast, because according to the Bible, it was only two people that was powerful enough to create the stars above, and that's the Heavenly Father, God, and a goddamn dragon. A dragon. But that's a big ass dragon, y'all. That dragon huge. But just think how big God gotta be, or how big God can be, if this was his pet turtle. Think about it. A goddamn turtle the size of Canada, the United States, and Mexico. A fucking turtle. God damn. Imagine how big a human gotta be to pick up a turtle. Now just imagine yourself walking around picking up. Now there are some turtles we cannot pick up as humans. You know, there are some fucking tortoises out there that's so fucking, you ain't picking them up. You bust a vein in your head trying to pick, you ain't picking them up. Them bitches heavy. You know, you fuck around and shit on yourself trying to pick up, you know, some of these turtles. But just imagine you walking and picking up a turtle. Just picking it up. Ain't no problem. Picking it up. Imagine how big God can be. Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The God I seen in Alabama, he was fucking big. But he wasn't, but he was in the sky though, so maybe that's different because the area in the sky is maybe when something, for instance, if you got a big ass balloon, right? I mean a huge balloon, and you let that motherfucker go. When it go into the sky, the higher in the sky it goes, the little it's gonna start looking. You feel what I'm saying? So for the Heavenly Father to appear in the sky, he was way up there. His face was really big. I mean, huge. So, but it wasn't big like it just take up the whole sky. But it took up. He was big, man. He was big. I'm telling you, he was big. But you got to be. He didn't look that big to where he could pick up. Oh, there it goes. I told y'all. They came. I gotta stop this. This is crazy. They are here. They're sounding off. It took what? I forgot. I gotta watch the video when I end it. I think it took 10 minutes for me to pull him back. He was strong too. I was a strong little motherfucker. And he's right here in my face. I'm gonna let him fly away. I give him permission. Get out of here. Go fly. But yeah, he's gone now. He's doing this little thing. All right, so yeah, imagine how big you gotta be to pick up a turtle the size of the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Now that beast is a big ass beast, boy. He big, but even he ain't that big, boy. But do you know how heavy that fucking beast gotta be to knock a hole straight through a fucking turtle? The size of the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Do you know how fucking heavy that fucking thing gotta be, man? That beat, and it's still alive. I'm talking about the one that's in the Gulf of Mexico. That's a big motherfucker, man. It's huge, and he's still alive. He just incubating. So imagine when he wakes up and he steps on top of the turtle, which we know is the United States and Canada. I mean, the fucking vibrations from his footsteps gonna be, oh, Lord. You think them dinosaurs was big. I mean, we had some big-ass dinosaurs back in the days. But the dinosaurs ain't have shit on this prehistoric turtle that we live on. The fucking huge turtle, man. I mean, the dinosaurs is big, but they was like 20 feet. What? Give or take 100 feet, maybe 200 feet. If we counting the ones with the long ass necks. But we talking about a turtle that's miles. Fuck feet. Miles. That motherfucker miles. Shit. What's that dragon name was? It was a dragon that was 1,100 miles. Some shit like, goddamn, 1,100 miles long, not feet, miles. A fucking dinosaur ain't got nothing on that. Even though a dragon is in the dinosaur family, because a dragon is a reptile. It's just a reptile with wings. It's a fucking massive lizard, man. A big ass lizard. It's huge, man. Huge. Now, when you think about the dragon that's in the water, that's a different ball game. That motherfucker huge, way bigger than the United States and Canada. That's a big motherfucking boy. His body alone is the size of the country of Russia, according to the map. But we know the map is a false map, according to a lot of people, that Russia's really not that big as it look on the map. I mean, it's huge. It's like some kilometers or something like that. But in all reality, they say Africa is bigger than Russia. I don't know about all that, but I just know because maybe I could have been manipulated as well, because growing up studying that map, the map we all know. which makes Africa look small, but South America looks smaller. And shit, for all we know, South America could probably be bigger too, bigger than all of them too. Man, that goes to show you how big that damn dragon wing really is. Then, that'd be huge. That's a big lizard, man. But the one that's in the Gulf of Mexico, that's huge as well. I mean, that motherfucker, massive. That's a massive beast, man. And I think whoever tampered with that Bible, they might have purposely did that to make it seem like the dragon had all these heads. Maybe he didn't have 7 heads. Maybe somebody put 7 in there. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe somebody, they put these beasts, they edited and made it, talking about a lion with wings with 4 heads and all this and that. And maybe the beasts what they was, because they didn't want the people to read the Bible and find out exactly where the beast was, like the one in the Gulf of Mexico. Imagine if the Bible never was tampered with. It probably spoke a lot about that same beast. That one that's in the Gulf of Mexico. It probably told the truth about the turtle that we live on. And I believe this turtle had to be God's pet. But I think God killed it or allowed it to be killed so we can live on it. And but look, we got some lazy people scrolling through this. Well, I can't say lazy. They probably just got through visiting their dead loved one. No, they parked the car and got out. They going to hang out at the tombstone. Some white bald guy with a beard, dark, heavy, look like Rick Ross type beard, Kimbo Slice type beard. He got a wife with him. They doing something over there, popping up the front of the car. Some black shirts on. What the hell are they? Oh, they squatting down. Look like they finna change into some clothes. Or maybe they pulled up here to get out and start working out. Anyways, let me leave them alone. Okay. All right. I'll leave that alone. Yo, the wind is a trip, I tell y'all. They be ready to respond. Oh, pulling out his baby. They love making fun of me by hanging out with their kids and family. I know. Anyways, but yeah, so that had to be a massive ass beast, man. That fucking beast is huge. And I think the Bible spoke a lot about that. But I think that God allowed a turtle to be killed so that we can live on, which really makes me think we really living in some kind of big ass fish tank. A huge fish tank. I mean, a massive fish tank. And just like we put a light bulb when you get a reptile tank, you get a pet reptile, turtle, whatever you get, you go to the pet store, they give you the little light to put on top of the cage, on top of the screen net cage. I think what the fuck, they walking around the road or they going in the bushes? Oh yeah, they going in the bushes. They trying to go in the bushes back there. Oh no, they getting their workout on. Oh shit. They getting their workout on. They put the kid in the stroller. Oh shit, they come to get it in. Hold on. Oh yeah, they come to get it in. They doing laps. Is that a stroller? Nah, they might have. Okay, nah. I gotta see when they get over this tree if they coming this way. I think they going in the woods with their baby, but it ain't even that many. How much woods over there? What the hell are they looking for? But anyway, so that's huge. I'm thinking if God probably allowed his pet to be killed, and we on top of it, which means, because think about the position of the turtle. It looked like it was headed towards Antarctica, right? Before, I guess, Antarctica was Antarctica, but I don't believe none of that shit about, oh no, they is working out, y'all. They getting it in. They for real. Oh, they right there. They getting it in. I'll let y'all see them real quick when they come up over this, and then I'll switch the camera back to me and finish my story. Yeah, they getting it in. Okay. They come to work out, y'all. They for real. But so, all right, so back to me. Now, which if you look at the position of the turtle, right? It looked like it's headed towards Alaska, right? And no, Antarctica. And that's before Antarctica was Antarctica. Now, I don't believe none of this shit about this place was that place. It was a supercontinent before it broke up. Now, I believe it could be broken up because what fell from the sky, that massive beast, is the reason why Mexico ain't really a part of America, ain't attached to America, because of that big ass hole that came from the sky and knocked a hole in a turtle. Jesus Christ. I mean, that thing had to hit like a nuclear bomb, like 200,000 times the most powerful nuclear bomb on Earth to knock a hole straight through the turtle shell and create the Gulf of Mexico. Whoever was living at that time probably died just from the vibrations alone. I mean, yeah, that was massive. That's probably what caused the Great Flood. The reason why Noah had to build that ark. Because that thing fell from the sky, hit the turtle shell so hard, bang. And it just, like when a fat person do a cannonball or something inside the ocean or inside a pool, it just sent ripple waves, and the ripple waves just probably came up straight through Louisiana, the Florida Panhandle, Texas, Houston, all that shit just flooded the whole U.S. I mean, and that big boy just stayed imprinted in the dirt. Now, where in the hell is that peace? Where is that peace? Because if you look at what that is, Cuba and all them other little islands, those was pieces that used to be a part of the U.S. too, but look how it's scattered out. Look at the toe of the turtle in Canada. The toe, you can see the toenail, everything. His left, looked like his left, is that his left? Yeah, his left back leg. You can see his toenail and all on them little islands of Canada. Right? So, when you look at that, you see how they still floated though. Yeah, whatever hit it hard, bang, cracked the whole toes, busted his feet and petrified it or whatever. Or maybe it's not petrified. Maybe it's just that's what the turtle was made of, like stone type material, like the dragon. Maybe we think it's dead because when you go to South America or something, you see like regular concrete roads or dirt roads. You think there's no way in hell this can be a dragon wing. But somewhere up under there, it can be a dragon wing. And the dragon wing might not be the same material as we expect. We expect skin that can bleed or whatever. But yeah, that's with a little dragon, the size, 100 feet, not even 100 feet, 10, half a feet, 2 feet. But when you're looking at something that's miles long, hundreds of thousands of miles long, the skin ain't gonna be the same as a little ass dragon. That's like a mini pincher to a Doberman pinscher. A mini horse to a real big horse. A midget to a real tall person. There's a huge difference there. Everything is bigger. You feel me? So, I mean, it could be some type of stone, but that doesn't mean it's dead. Maybe that's what because it's more than prehistoric. Like it's real stone on these motherfuckers. Like you had some dinosaurs that had skin that felt like stone. like armadillos or some type of shit. But no, I mean, like really, you know, some type of stone. Think about it. You got animals today walking around with hard bones on their head that are stabbed the shit out of you, like a bull. What is that? Think about it. It's like a strong ass fucking toenail. Look at an elephant with tusks. You know, they really fucking just teeth, sharp teeth, but you can't call it teeth if the shit stuck on your head. So we call it a horn. Then think about it. What the fuck really is that? It's like a fucking toenail that'll stab the shit out you. It's hard. It's tough. You gotta saw that shit off with like a blade or something, man. You know, it's tough, and that's on a bull. And this bull about what? 1,000 pounds the most? 2,000 pounds? Imagine a fucking bull the size of the United States. One bull. Yet alone the United States and Canada. You know how fucking strong his horn's gonna be? Shit. You know what I'm saying? So, man. Shit, a turtle? And you just not, shit. Man, you could have a hard time cracking a turtle shell right now today. A little turtle. You know what I'm saying? You get like a normal sized turtle that's maybe like 3-4 feet with a real hard shell. You'll have a hard time just trying to crack that motherfucking shell. Yet alone one the size of the United States and Canada. Man, you know how fucking, man, god damn. Boy. Boy, shit. So, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's gonna be, that's man, that's serious. I mean, that's nothing to play with. So, it was headed towards Antarctica. Before Antarctica was Antarctica, they said before that, all the snow, it was a regular climate. Okay, so I could believe that part. Whatever. It didn't snow. Wow. Whatever. But I think we got it mixed up. Now, it's hard for me to think that the whole world is a turtle, because I'm gonna have to disagree with that, because I know for a fact Indonesia is not a fucking turtle. It's a lizard. It's a fucking lizard. That ain't no turtle. That ain't no turtle that Indonesia is living on. That's a fucking lizard. And you can see it loud and clear. And if you can't see it, you fucking retarded or something wrong with you. Anybody can see that Indonesia is a big ass massive fucking lizard. It's a huge dead lizard. Maybe it's not dead. I don't know. Because of might as well say the dragon dead. But I think we need to get a team out there and why? And think about this. Out of all the places in the world, why is the ocean where that dragon at the most dangerous part in the world? Ain't no part of the ocean anywhere else in the world more dangerous than where that dragon at. Think about that. That's not a coincidence. Why is the ocean where the dragon located, why isn't it just calm? Why can't you go down on a calm day where the water's not moving around, it's not so dangerous, about to knock you out the boat? And then why you can't just go down on a peaceful day and then try to discover that dragon? Go take some pictures, underwater pictures, let the world see, call the news, get everybody in there, just fucking go down there and see if you can find his mouth. Let's see what the head look like. Let's see if we can lift up his lip and see some teeth. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's go discover it. Why we can't do it? Why is the water always aggressive down there? I mean, always aggressive. Something up with that, you feel me? So, I don't know, yo. I'm thinking, man, it's all I know, if the world was turtles, I know 100% that they was not all connected. It's not possible that they were all connected. Because I'm telling you now, and I am the first person to ever say this, I'm the first person to ever made that discovery. No one else has ever made that discovery. Indonesia is a fucking lizard. You ain't never hear nobody say that. You ain't never hear nobody say that. Never. Never. So they can't try and lie and steal that. That was my shit. I created that. I discovered that. And I discovered the United States, Canada, and Mexico is a huge fucking turtle. Now somebody else came close, but no cigar, because they actually got pictures of the world being a turtle, but that's the world being a turtle. Okay, somebody was hot. They was hot, but no cigar. It was close, but they didn't get the icing on the cake. You know, because, and then Australia looks like a turtle, and parts of Africa looks like it was also a turtle that has been bitten, but you can't find the fucking head on it. But I ain't even tried, to be honest. I just was so hooked on the United States, Canada, and Mexico, but Florida, the turtle. Put it like that. I know this. Florida is the head of this massive ass turtle. I know that. I know. I don't care about nothing else. I know that Florida is the head of the turtle that was once United States, Canada, and Mexico. I know that. I know Florida is the head. Okay? I know Florida is the head. And I know Indonesia is a fucking lizard. A huge dead lizard. That's all I know. And Australia is a turtle. It's its own turtle. So somebody was close when they said the world is a turtle. But and then I saw this thing that I think it was on a video that had the world being held up by 3 turtles. God, was I watching a video or some shit like that, or did I actually see that in person somewhere? The world being held up by 3 turtles. 3 turtles. Somebody was close as hell. Because we know the United States and Canada and Mexico is 1 turtle. We know that's 1 turtle. Okay? We don't know, well, in Australia is 2 turtles. In Africa is, 3 turtles. Okay? But India does look like the tail of some sort of a turtle. But then when you look at Russia and China, they look like something else. They look like something else. Russia and China don't look like turtles. It may be something else. It may be something else, but I haven't really even looked into that yet, to be honest. I haven't even looked into the rest of Australia when I discovered that was a turtle, or when I discovered Indonesia was a lizard. I didn't really do too much. I went right back to the United States because I couldn't believe that I'm from Florida and all this time I've been living on a fucking giant head of a turtle. I couldn't believe that shit. I was born and raised, running around, screaming Florida, bleeding and shit, representing Florida, loving the streets of Florida, getting robbed in Florida, all this crazy shit that happened to me in Florida. You know, escape life or death situations in Florida. All this motherfucking time. Florida, Florida, Florida. We on the grind in Florida, all the time in Florida. Nothing on my mind but Florida. All this time is the head of a fucking turtle. A massive. Do you know how many people got killed behind the head of a goddamn turtle? You know? Do you have a clue how many people got killed for that goddamn turtle head? I mean, on top of that turtle head. Jesus Christ. And what I find is interesting, Fort goddamn Myers. I should have spent more time there. But Fort fucking Myers. Fort Myers, Florida. Very fucking interesting. Because when I made a discovery and I looked, I didn't even know it was 2 fucking layers. and Fort Myers, which is the right eye of the turtle. There was something below. It's the eye socket. Fort Myers is the eye socket of this fucking massive turtle. So when I looked on Google Maps, I saw the socket. Literally, I'm like, holy shit. And inside Fort Myers, I guess it was the beach, and it looked at low, sitting like that. And you could see on top where they had built something on top. I'm like, what the fuck? And you could tell it's the inside, it's the socket. So Fort motherfucking Myers should have some kind of secret tunnel inside that turtle. So there's an entry exit point inside this massive ass turtle. And it could be secret. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Maybe it's some classified shit or maybe not. But it should be some kind of entry in Fort Myers. And if they took the time and built it right, you can travel from Fort Myers, Florida, underground all the way to Canada. You can travel from Fort Myers anywhere in the United States underground. It's a massive fucking turtle. It's a huge turtle. No wonder why every time I used to go to New York, I'm like, how the fuck, where's all these underground shit? Why do New York always look so higher than goddamn Florida? Every time I went there, I'm like, and then we're in the substations. I'm like, damn, we don't got substations in Florida. The only thing we have is like Miami is the closest one, but they got substations on the top. They substations is on the top, riding through the city. You don't see no other layer. You don't see it. What the fuck? No wonder why. Because New York is the goddamn turtle shell. That's why. It's part of his shell. It's part of his shell, and it's got the goddamn bottom shell and the top shell. So that's why they got the systems there. The creators, that's why everywhere else in the United States it's mounty-ish. Mounty, that's not a real word. I'm just, it has mountains, even Tallahassee. That's why you ain't seeing that many guys. You don't see no fucking mountains like that in Daytona or the rest of Florida. But when you reach Tallahassee, you start seeing them mountains, them high-ass hills, because you're just reaching the beginning of the giant fucking turtle. You're just now climbing from his head and neck to now his shell. But here's the thing. I've had pet turtles before. There's a distance that's created from the inside of his neck and his where his head tuck in at, and from his head to his turtle shell. So how the fuck if we driving a car, we just automatically, magically pop on top of the turtle shell? So that it must means that the people before us, it could have been Noah and them boys who was on this earth before us, the Bible boys. They must have put concrete or something, some kind of clay, stuffed it in the turtle neck, the shell, to build a ramp to drive on when they were here. People that was here before us that possessed this earth, they did a hell of a job of covering up this turtle and paving the way for us to come live on top of it. They did a fucking amazing job, man. Amazing job. Phenomenal job. Because this is a fucking turtle we living on. And I wonder if there's some kind of treasure buried under this big motherfucker. You ain't got there is nothing that could ever be created that can lift this fucking turtle we living on. You hear what I'm saying to you? They can't even create nothing that'll lift that little ass lizard. And the only reason why I'm calling it little is because it's little than a motherfucker compared to the United States, Canada, and Mexico. That little ass lizard in Indonesia. That motherfucker's heavy. They can't create nothing to pick that up. Nothing. Imagine what's under that. Well, she can probably better. But it's a little lizard, but that motherfucker gotta be big, y'all. Cause look at the location that Indonesia is in. And it's inside the water, the ocean. That's why I say we gotta be in some kind of fish tank, y'all. We gotta be in some kind of big ass fish tank. And maybe these animals was the Heavenly Father's pet, and I didn't ask him that. I never got a chance to ask him that. I mean, I could speak to the wind, but I want to take this one up to the big fella himself. And the wind be so ready to speak with me. Look, y'all hear me talking about this turtle and lizards and stuff? Y'all knew about this stuff. They communicating. I feel them now. Well, I can't hear what they're saying right now because I'm not focused. I'm just thinking about this damn turtle, y'all. And I got to be focused when they're talking to me. That way I can hear them. But, y'all, think about that shit, though, man. This is a massive fucking turtle. And I wonder what's under it. Like, what kind of sand is under it? We know about the beach sand. But what kind of sand or what is under this massive ass fucking turtle? Imagine imagine if we lift up this turtle and found God's secret stash. If he had one, because some people keep their stash in their fish tank, man. You know what I'm saying? Some people hide shit in their fish tank. I'm just saying, imagine if, because to us, the sea is deeper than the motherfucker, but the Heavenly Father could probably just push his hand in there, although he didn't look that big in the sky, but trust me, he looked it big, really big, but he didn't look, like I say, he didn't look big enough to pick up this, this whole land as if it was his pet, a fucking turtle the size of the United States, Canada, Mexico. Holy shit. God damn. And Florida, the head. Damn. And so I think, y'all, I want to say this, right? So I think I figured out where Cuba, Trinidad, Haiti, Puerto Rico, all those little islands up in there, every little script, I think I know where they came from. Not only half of Florida the turtle face, but the Gulf of Mexico, that big ass bang when it hit. Because think about this. Even though that thing fell from the sky at how many miles per hour, we don't know, and it cracked Florida the turtle shell, I don't think it was heavy enough to keep that piece of land sunken all the way to the bottom of the sea with him on it. Or maybe that's what happened. Maybe some of it is under that big ass monster that we see in the Gulf of Mexico, the one that's still alive, that's waiting. That land, that piece that he took out, some of it he probably is on top of, and some of it is in the bottom of the sea. Y'all remember I showed y'all with an angel who looked like she was protecting something. She got a light on something or something. It's weird as hell. And Google picked all that up. Something, I don't know if we can trust Google if that was fake. The fucking man in the ocean. And I don't think Google lied about that. I think that shit is real. I think it's like a mirror. It's repeating what it sees. And that's it. We see what it see. Unless we could create something better than Google, something better than a satellite that picked that man ass up in the ocean and the fucking turtle we live on and everything else, the dragon and all that shit. But I'm thinking, because when it hit, that's where Cuba and all them came from. It just cracked it, bang! And all those islands went under for a minute, then they came back up and floated to the right. Turned into Cuba, Haiti, Trinidad, Jamaica. That's what I forgot. Jamaica. They had all those little islands right there was a part of the United States. Was a part of Florida, United States, Mexico, and that little surrounding area. They wasn't a part of Canada. because Canada was a part of the United States, because and Canada also got hit from whatever fell and cracked it, the back part of the turtle shell, which created all those islands in Canada. That's where they come from. But the front part of the turtle is where Jamaica, Puerto Rico, Trinidad, Haiti, all of those little islands, including Cuba, and that's why inside Cuba they got a city called Florida in Cuba, because Cuba was once Florida and part of Louisiana. Cuba went all the way from the mouth of Florida all the way to Louisiana and maybe even to Texas, some parts of Texas. When that big ass turtle fell, bang, hit it, cracked that shit, sunk some of the pieces of Florida, the turtle, to the bottom of the sea. The other pieces, that big fucking beast is still on, and the rest of it created those islands: Cuba, Puerto Rico, Haiti, Dominican Republic, Jamaica, and all them little islands. That's where they come from. That's exactly where they come from, because it's pieces of the turtle shell and his jaw. Well, Key West is pieces of his jaw. Pieces of his jaw. Rip that shit. Bang. But I'm trying to see, because it had to be a different attack. Something else fell from the sky, maybe near Florida the turtle mouth, and ripped his jaw out, and whatever that was is still under Florida and is glowing. That's what I showed y'all in my other video. That shit is glowing bright blue. It looked like a fucking crystal. You know what I'm saying? So if they could find a way to go under Florida, they will see it. I think they already know what it is. I think they saw it before too. It's glowing right now, and it's still sitting right under Florida. Right under Florida, that bitch glowing bright blue. And I think that's why the government and the feds, when they first was created, they called themselves blue. I think that's probably where they get the name blue from. You know, blue. Because whatever fell from the sky and threw this shit up was blue. Whatever that's under Florida right now is blue. It's glowing. It's a fucking blue light, like a diamond. A big ass diamond. It's huge. And guess what? Google satellite picking that bitch up like it's a piece of paper. I'm telling you, it's blue. It's right under Florida, right under South Florida right now, right under Miami. That bitch right under Miami and Broward. So it must have fell and hit Florida the turtle on the right side. Boom. Cracking, smacking Fort Myers, from Fort Myers all the way down to Miami. Ripping out his little jaw, creating them islands, Key West. And crushing part of the turtle's skull, which is Fort Myers, the right skull. And then Lake Okeechobee is the left eye. And there's probably secret tunnels or secret passage that can go from Lake Okeechobee also anywhere in the United States of America. If they can get a submarine inside Lake Okeechobee, I think they should get a team of submarines. You know, just to, pack up them boys, get them boys a new mission real quick, send them boys to Lake Okeechobee, man, let them boys pack their lunch and just chill where they'll be safe at, because it's a fucking lake, first of all, and then just let them do all the discoveries they can in that bit with a team of scuba divers. Matter of fact, they can build like a military research base right on Lake Okeechobee. Since we're sending all this fucking money to Ukraine and anywhere else, we could have put that money in Lake Okeechobee and built some kind of a huge scientific facility on Lake Okeechobee, but still leave Lake Okeechobee open for the public. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna be no dickheads. Let them come out there and fish and do whatever they want to as well. And also take pictures of submarines, you know what I'm saying? And just get us like a submarine base there or something with scientists to discover, to study Lake Okeechobee. It's the fucking eye socket of a turtle. And let them do all the research they can. Let them dive as deep as they can. Do all kind of studies. See how deep it goes. See where it goes. Send a submarine team and a scuba diving team. And let them just have their fun in the lake. You feel me? It might be alligators in there, though. They might have to move them gators up out of there and put them somewhere else. But because that's a huge damn lake. And that go to show you how big this fucking turtle is. It's so huge, you got alligators living in his eye. You know, alligators living in his eyeball. What the hell? But yeah, I mean, so I think they should do that and start researching. Just start the researching. You feel me? Get them boys, like how they down there researching in Antarctica. We got history too here in the United States, right down there in Florida. They could start, and Canada got history because they own the back part of the turtle. They can study, his feet and all that shit. The little islands that got cracked up, they could put a research team there, and they can build them a submarine right where the second beast fell and cracked the turtle shell at in Canada. They can turn that to a research base and put submarines in that hole, and because that hole might be big. That hole is bigger than Lake Okeechobee, to be exact. That's huge. That's fucking big as fuck. And then you got the Gulf of Mexico, or the Gulf of America now, whatever one you want to call it, which is both, I guess. But that part of the ocean is way too deep. I don't think they can go down there. And if they could make it down there, they'll never be able to pick the whatever it is up, or even move the sand just to look at the beast while he resting down there. You feel me? That would be history alone. The motherfuckers, but they can't even dive that deep though. That is deep. And Google Satellite picking it up like it's just this close, but that shit is really deep. I don't think they can go down there deep enough to move all the sand out of the way to see what the hell that beast actually look like. You know what I'm saying? To get like real pictures of the motherfucker. Because they can't go there. It's deep as fuck, man. That's huge. And I think if they was able to get a team down there in the Gulf of Mexico and to move all that damn sand just to see and get pictures of the beast, just to see what the fuck it looked like, and then bring it back to the surface, that's a gold mine. And also to be able to study that dragon in the sea and to be able to see, if you can get pictures of his teeth or just his mouth underwater, just to see it underwater, get real images of this fucking dragon underwater, clip and then bring those pictures back, and then the pictures they may get from Fort Myers and then Lake Okeechobee, and study these motherfucking pictures, like study them. I think they'll do good. But the fact that the turtle was headed towards Antarctica, y'all, when it got killed. Think about it. What the fucking turtle knew over there? And that part of the water cold as fuck. Where was he gonna go? And he's the size of fucking Canada, United States, and Mexico. A fucking piece of land that big, a turtle that big. Where was he gonna go? Where are you gonna haul all that fucking land? Where are you going? That's what I want to know. Was it some kind of secret passageway he was going? Like, where were you going? Where the fuck was you going? And that's probably before the dragon was here. So if we take away the dragon and put just Florida the turtle there, and obviously the coming of the dragon killed the turtle from the stars that he cast upon the earth. But okay, but Antarctica was always Antarctica, whether it had snow or not. Or maybe Antarctica really was. I can't even. So if we remove Antarctica, then the turtle was headed towards Antarctica without Antarctica being there. So was it some kind of, where was the turtle going to escape to? If we heard stuff about the ice walls and all that shit. So if you remove Antarctica, let's say if Antarctica really was a part of Africa or somewhere else, Australia or something that got broke off from the falling stars that cracked it, because we know if a falling star can do Florida the turtle like that and create that big ass hole from Mexico to the United States, hence created the Gulf of Mexico, then we know something is powerful enough to crack the turtle shell and separate it. Or maybe Antarctica was the missing piece from Africa, but it don't make sense because Antarctica clearly looks like the wing of a dragon. We can see that all day long. And the dragon his wing has been cut. It's been broken and cut. And in the war that he fought when he was kicked out of heaven, that make too much goddamn sense. That make too much sense. And it wasn't that long ago. Wasn't no billions and millions of years ago. Them people used that fucking lie to confuse us all. Them white folks, man. They did that shit. That wasn't millions and billions of years ago. No, man, that shit was like thousands of years ago. So that's why he's still bleeding. That's why they got the blood river in Antarctica. The dragon is still literally fucking damaged from the war in heaven. Which means the shit is real, y'all. Shit is real. And if the dragon was dead, then how the fuck you still gonna be bleeding all this long time? You know, if he was dead, how he gonna be bleeding all this long time? And then again, if you was a creature the size bigger than the country of Russia, how long will it take for you to bleed out if you got a little cut in your wing? A couple 1,000 years. So that means while he's bleeding, he's actually healing himself. And his nostrils are not covered, which is the islands, the South Sandwich Islands, South Georgia Sandwich Islands, they ain't underwater. So the fucking thing can still breathe. You know, because his nostrils is out of the water. How do we know that when we're not sleeping, the dragon open his nose up and breathe? We don't got 24-hour cameras recording those islands to see if they ever open up for the dragon to take a breath. You know? So I don't know, y'all. I think it's still alive. It's still alive. It's still alive. And if I'm right, the wind told me a few minutes ago it's still alive. But, you know, even though, y'all, let me tell you something. It's weird because us humans, we are really kind of fucked up in the head. For instance, I seen God in Alabama. I swear to fucking God, I seen the real God. I seen him in Alabama looking at me, and I still have doubts sometimes. I talk to this man so much, and I still have doubts sometimes, and he know that. That's why he still have doubts in me. He don't want to give me everything I ask him for, and that's why we fucking argue and fight a lot. Because I want him to do something, and he's letting me know that it's not what I want all the time. He love me and he give me a lot of stuff I ask for, but some things I just can't have yet. You know, and me and him bump heads about it. And then I be wanting him to move on my time. And he's showing me that he move on his time when he wants to. He created me. I didn't create him. He gave me the power I have. I didn't give him any power. And I thank him and I love him for that. And I can't fucking believe it, but I still have doubt. So just like that, the wind told me, you know, in front of y'all, the dragon is real, and I still have doubt, you know, and that's just how we are as people. You know, like I can show y'all me talking to the Heavenly Father, which I have. I could produce a lot of fucking videos. Ain't nobody doing it like me. And y'all fucking know that. Ain't nobody doing it. How much proof do you need? I done showed y'all so much proof that I talk to the real Heavenly Father, that I speak. I can speak to the... I showed y'all... I the one got y'all motherfuckers got the wind talking to y'all. And I showed y'all how to communicate with the wind. I showed y'all how to communicate with the Heavenly Father. A couple ways. I taught y'all. Y'all were my students. Think about this. Ain't no other nigga ever taught y'all this. No preacher. Nobody. I did. And y'all, and they'll still doubt me. But I don't blame them. Because it just seem unreal. It really do. You feel me? all the fucking proof I showed y'all. It'll still be people out there still doubting. Motherfuckers will be like, nah, that's voiceover. Nah, that's CGI. He ain't lying. I mean, he lying. You know, oh, he ain't really move that. He ain't really do that. You know, he ain't really make the bird all this, you know. Like, when I'm gone, like I was telling y'all real quick before I end this, when I go to the crib, I'm still here. I'm still in Hong Kong everywhere. I could control the trees in Hong Kong sitting here. You think it's a joke? The people will be talking to the trees and have no idea they talking to me while I'm in the U.S. through the trees, nigga, as if I got a microphone in the trees and I can hear them speak. How fucking crazy is that? I'm joking. Let me stop. I'm joking. I don't have that kind of power. All right, don't. I'm just joking. But I'm saying, let's just say that the Heavenly Father does. Let's just say if I leave this, when I leave this cemetery, people will come to this cemetery and sit in this spot and try to communicate with the trees and not fucking know they're communicating with me. I could be watching my favorite fucking TV show and still communicating with them through the fucking trees, and I'm not even here. They don't have a clue. And they be thinking they be talking to God. like some goat status, yo. Like goat status. Man, what? The thing is, we still haven't figured out how to stop death, though, because that's serious. And I see why. It's like toys. The gifts are toys from the Heavenly Father that he lets us play with before he calls us home. You know, and then we die. And he allow us to die. And then go be with him, whatever he got for us, you know? And so, you know, he give us these powers for a little while. And with the powers, no one can take your joy and happiness. If you have physical kids that you love so much, if you have a girlfriend, a wife who you really love so much, Satan and his bitch ass minions can take them from you. And they will. You know, an army, anybody. Go fuck your girl, fuck up your life, whatever. But your gifts, they can't take that. But they can take your life, though. And that's the only way they'll stop your gift. If they kill you, and they will. And they have already killed a lot of prophets. Well, not saying that I'm a prophet, but, you know, they've killed a lot of people, special people. Maybe they didn't even know it, but yeah. Look at Jesus. They killed Jesus. And look at Moses. They say, oh, he ain't part no sea. Yes, the fuck he did. You got fucking people out here that can move water right now. They're not as powerful enough to part the sea because they this fucking big. They still chihuahuas. You got to remember the humans back in the days. Moses, you think Moses was 5 feet 10? Fuck nah, them boys like 9 feet. I'm serious. Them boys are fucking huge giants, man. That's why back in the days they lived a long time. 2,000 years, 3,000 years, because God knew which generation that he was going to allow to live long and which ones he wasn't. Because he knew which ones Satan was going to have best control over. So he shortened the years for that. Yeah. After Satan did his thousands of years, that's when our years got cut short. When Satan got cut free. When Satan got out of jail, Heavenly Father said, okay, yeah, let's cut them years, Satan out, and these humans ain't going to be no match for him. And he was right. So all that 900 years old, 2,000 years old, 5,000 years old, 525 and got 5, 6 wives, all that shit stopped. Because with Satan out here, with these white folks and Satan and all that, oh, hell no. 2,000 years? Oh, shit. It'll be, no. I mean, so the years got cut short. And everybody got to suffer for that. You know, while you're here, some of us is a little bit gifted. We can communicate with the Heavenly Father. Some people can't never communicate with the Heavenly Father, but they have small attributes like the Heavenly Father. Some people can summon lightning, fire, wind, but that's all they can do. They can't talk to the Heavenly Father. They can't, and some people can't summon fire, wind, and water, but they can talk to the Heavenly Father. Some people can do it all. You know, that's just life. We are unique people. And you can learn. Even evil motherfuckers. I mean, straight demonic people. Even people that represent the demonic sign, the stars. You know, people within the government or whatever government. They can learn. And he will not stop you. That's the beauty of the Heavenly Father. Giving you free will. And that's telling you that him being jealous is a fucking lie. It's a lie. That's a lie that Satan started. He's the fucking jealous one. Not the Heavenly Father. The Heavenly Father gives you free fucking will. You can be an evil son of a bitch. A hard down murderers working for a government that killed a lot of people. And you still can learn how to move the wind. You still can learn how to... That don't mean you're going to heaven when you die, though. But you can still access them powers. And you could be a dirty, rotten motherfucker. And you can use your powers to try to do dirty, rotten things to people. And you'll be able to do it because you got free will. So how the fuck could a jealous God let you... If he was jealous, you wouldn't be able to do it. He would say, okay, no, you can't access this, but you can. He ain't saying that. He's saying everybody can do it if you want to. But everybody ain't getting in the gates of heaven, though. So have fun while you can with these toys that I've blessed you to have fun with. Because when you die, you know, it's a different ball game. Because I seen what you did on earth. I seen what you did on earth. But when you die, you're going to be brought right back to the earth only to burn. You know, so it's weird though. It's weird. It's really weird, which it proves it's telling the truth. But anyway, enough of all this. This video gonna be so goddamn long, and I really didn't want it to be long, but I think this might be a good one though, because I'm feeling like it's a good one, and I'm about to get ready to go to the crib. The sun is going down. Anyways, I'll catch y'all in the next video. Y'all stay safe. And that's not me. That's the regular crows doing that on their own. And so I don't want y'all thinking I'm doing that. When you hear the crows, other than when I told y'all I was gonna bring it back, and which I did. These crows out here, I'm not interfering with that. That's nature on its own course. You know, I'm not interfering with nothing out here. Everything, it is what it is. After this, I'm going to take my black ass to the crib. And I got to put up with, you know, them doing a little, you know, bullshit. And I'll continue to keep my little distance the best way I can until I figure out, you know, my next moves or whatever. But anyway, catch y'all in the next video. Y'all stay safe and peace out.